I am officially offering one-to-ones. I came to find that a lot of what people were asking the Dibia was not necessarily Dibia work. There were questions I could have answered for them, or there was no question at all. It was just more so a need for clarity, which I can most definitely help in that aspect, using a one-to-one session app known as People Talk. The link is below, and you can ask a one-off question with the app, or you can schedule a 30-minute one-to-one. But of course, if we need to go a little bit over, I'm very okay with that. Now, if you need to understand your current situation spiritually from an ancestral perspective, or maybe you feel that you have the calling to be a Dibia or some type of calling you're not able to decode, or you're receiving messages that aren't 100% clear and you want to know what to do next, or maybe you have general questions about Odinani and Igbo spirituality, as well as how to apply these principles to solving internal and external conflicts, and feel that a solution rooted in ancestral science will be best, you can schedule a meeting at peopletalk.com/themedicineshow. And like I said, the link is below. And so that is peopletalk/themedicinесhow. Pricing is different for AZ tier patrons. So if you're an AZ tier patron, message me first. The last big announcement. I am currently working on a documentary. It is my next documentary, and the topic will be the Ekumeku resistance waged in the Anyama region of Igbo land against the British Empire. But this documentary will go a lot further than that. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to explore secret fighting societies and cults of resistance, not just in Igbo land, but in North America, the Caribbean, South America, and throughout the African continent. So if you're interested in seeing this documentary, you can help us reach 300 patrons by joining patreon.com/themedicineshow. This is my first documentary since the Osu Explained video, which I've linked below, and I'm going all out with this one. I'm very confident you'll be happy about the final result. And with that being said, let's begin. Reason number 2, you are asking for things or you are manifesting on the wrong day. In Igbo cosmology, the world is broken into 4 houses. And these 4 houses are also the 4 days of the Igbo calendar: Eke, Orie, Afor, and Nkwo. Now, based on the day you were born, one of these days is the house you belong to. This house is shared with different Abara, different members of your own spiritual world, known as Ndutu, and the ancestor which incarnated as you. The day you are born is your market day. And in the Igbo community, each community has its own market which bears one of these names. And this market unites it with the other 3 markets in the area, or the other 3 communities in this area, so that on Eke Day, if your community hosts the Eke market is open, and everybody has to come to Eke market to shop. And all of the sellers from the other communities will come to the Eke market to sell. On Orie Day, the Eke market will be closed, and everybody will shift to the Orie market, then Afor, and then Nkwo, creating a cycle by which every single community has a day by which it gives and receives. And this is no different for manifestation and ancestral work. If you're dealing with an Abara, you have to know its day, because that is the day its market is open for sending and receiving. And I can break this down on a video on the 4 market days. So if you want to see a video on the 4 market days, comment below. But your specific day is going to be the day by which you send and receive into and from the universe, because that is the day that your celestial market is open. There are different apps for figuring out which day is your market day. There used to be a website, but I think it got taken down. So once I find a reliable app, I will share it with everybody on this channel on my 4 market day video. But once you find out your day, I provide an Odinani calendar so that you can get the 4 market days on your Google Calendar and lets you know what day each day is and so forth. So if you're interested in that, join the Patreon. Now, earlier I said the Abara have their own days as well, and some people feel connected to one force of nature over another. If you are interfacing with a specific force, it is very important to do that interfacing on their day, especially if the interfacing requires some sort of exchange. Either you are asking for something to be done, or you are offering something to the force itself. And oftentimes when you seek solutions from a Dibia or an Ezengwa, the rituals provided will have specific day requirements. For example, this solution can only be implemented on Afor, and so forth. So knowing which day is your day, and knowing the day of the force you are interfacing with if you are manifesting with an Abara is important in assuring that these things work for you as a person. Number 3 is that you